Welcome back, guys. Let's see if we are live. Looks like we are live. I got some stuff taken care of. Thank you for giving me that time to get that done. We just filled back up. Hello. Lagging a little, so I'm going to close everything up. Open it back up and we'll be good to go. Look at those cool clouds. There we go. Now I got some of y'all's comments. I had to refresh. I did too. Yeah, again, we got to get that worked out. But we are, hello Carol, hello old Uncle Bill, Renee, Kathleen, Nola, Pixie, Cush Jar Pixie's in the house, folks. Must have disconnected one of these or something. Yeah, I did. I wouldn't mind having that little beat up old Toyota truck, man. My neighbor, but I had one when I was younger, and let me tell you, you want to talk about, I've always been mechanically inclined on that truck in a couple of your comments, because through our live streaming app, it's about time Jalen's back. I thought we were going to have to pink slip her. That's crazy. Micro Taz, what's up? Always say hi to my NorCal Patriot friends. Micro Taz is like one of the hardest working patriots in Northern California. Her days off, she works just as hard as most Americans on their work day. It'll all pay off too. I know a lot of times you leave events and stuff and you want more to happen, but in time, I promise you, this is not all for nothing. If it was, I would stop today. It's not all for nothing. And then we did book our hotel, so we are going directly to Portland. So we will not stop in a town. I believe my map said like probably close to 11 o'clock we'll get there now. We still got to stop and eat. We're 537 miles away. It says 10:59, so we'll probably pull up into Portland about 11:30, maybe a little later, depending on the mountains. Again, it looks a little sunny and clear up here, but we got a ways to go. 117 miles to Redding right now. And I know there's a lot of crazies in Redding, let me tell you. Let's see if there's anything going on in the background for you all. I wanted to see. Is there a high-speed chase? Looks like Live News Now is covering a high-speed chase.
Up to the 5 freeway, just depends where this person's going, but heading towards the San Fernando Valley. So Valley Bureau will be notified. But I'm questioning why the units of black and whites, they've either terminated the pursuit or decided whatever the case may be. I don't see any black and whites involved in this at all. Nothing.
Yeah, we did see at one point a couple of units following this silver color sedan that's wanted for a stolen vehicle alert, and then nothing else, as you mentioned. So it's just interesting. As you know, we don't know what law enforcement knows or doesn't know, how they make their decisions. So as you were mentioning, sometimes it's worth it in terms of pursuing a suspect like this, or if it's too dangerous, or if there's background information that the public doesn't know, that law enforcement knows, then they make that decision, as you said, a watch commander watching closely and making those calls to make sure the public is safe in all of this. But clearly this driver knows that there are eyes on him, right? He saw the sheriff or the LAPD helicopter ahead, up above, and knows it's being pursued.
Yeah, it is. This is very strange how this is transpiring because the person's on the run at 58, 57 miles per hour and traveling back and forth. It's a very unusual situation where there's no black and whites in the vicinity close behind or relatively
We'll listen to
close
this.
behind. I don't see any black and whites.
If it gets crazy, I'll put it up there again.
Yeah, so we'll see if CHP picks this up because, again,
I got to get a little mount
indicated
right
that
there. That's an
person
idea, so we can do
started on those
PIP.
residential streets. We picked it up
Like a
kind of in the
VIP.
Koreatown
We'll
area,
do PIP
this
like a
person
VIP right there.
onto the
Miss Hayes, what's up?
altogether. Dennis, I was wondering if you saw
Bev A.
an involved pursuit earlier this week of a driver that started in Moore Park, and I think it was a stolen vehicle initially, and then it turned out to be a female driver as well, and she drove all the way to Mexico.
Mexico, she escaped to Mexico.
Across the border into Mexico, and then somehow decided to come back to America, and that took place right after that, a day later, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But that was a bizarre pursuit. But see, when you're in a pursuit, we have different maneuvers. They have the pit maneuver. They have different maneuvers. They have different spikes. They tried the spikes that didn't work. But remember, it's a stolen vehicle. You don't want to destroy that vehicle. You don't want to have that vehicle destroyed in the pursuit. So the officers were very cautious on our patrol. But to have a pursuit go that length for that long, I think that was probably holds one of the world records for a pursuit and to escape and then come back to America. I think the day or the day after.
Right,
to
turning
come back.
herself in, or it is very bizarre. We're live on the
Oh,
air
she
with
came
it.
back and turned
It was the
herself
first time
in,
that
huh?
I saw officers tried to do a pit maneuver with throwing out spike strip 3 different times on a freeway, no less.
Right.
It's very difficult. She evaded all 3 times and all 3 attempts, but it is hard to do on a freeway as well. So it's interesting the choice that law enforcement officials made to do that or to try to stop the woman, but clearly there's reasons behind it, right? After the fact, we learned that she was suffering from some mental health issues, and we never know, what in the moment the driver is going through or what kind of issues they're facing, but clearly we never know until perhaps the end.
We find out, days, weeks, months later, but the fact of the matter is that was one of the most bizarre, that distance and how long that pursuit ran. But what the CHP does, they have different divisions, so they would transfer from one division to the next division, all the way down the Mexican border, and then it stops. But I've never seen the pursuit go that length, especially with gasoline. So you got to fill the vehicle up, so it must have lived with a full tank.
Right.
And made it all the way to the Mexican border. So that was one of the bizarre. But as we know in Los Angeles, if it can happen, how bizarre it is, it's going to happen here. And we've seen them from one extreme to the other.
Absolutely.
That's
Each
pretty
pursuit is
wild.
Very, very different in
That's
nature.
pretty wild. I didn't know she came back and turned herself in the United States the next day. No telling what she had. So we just filled up. It was $3.85 a gallon. We got our 10-cent pilot discount, so $3.75 a gallon. I knew that's $1 less than we would have paid if we got gas earlier. So we got a full tank and a fresh pilot coffee. So we're in it for the long haul. Yeah, my doctor called, and it's on they call on my live stream phone, unfortunately. And I was like, oh man, what is this? And all they were doing is telling my prescription got approved, which it's the prescription I picked up yesterday. So I was just like, but it gave me time to pull over. go into the pilot where there is no English speaking truck drivers.
That's right, and oftentimes when we watch something like this and the driver obviously stuck in traffic on the 405 heading north in the San
On the 405 heading north, huh?
that if they're riding and driving,
If I ever get in a high-speed chase, guys, I will live stream it. That's a promise that I make to you.
involved in any type of pursuit like this, don't be the hero. Don't try to trap in the car that's being pursued or driving erratically. We don't want anyone's lives or safety to be in jeopardy because of this. So that's always a good reminder for people out there who are intrigued by a police pursuit or some type of want, as we're following right here. But
You got five. Way back.
right, we're gonna try to get. Yeah, go ahead.
We're going through a dead area, if you can hear me. We'll get past this here shortly.
That's right. It is bizarre as we try to find out more information as to why there's no police.
Thank you, Jalen.
This
So we got a hotel in Portland now for 3 nights, starting tonight. Could be extended, we'll see. And as always, we get an extra bed in case somebody gets there and wants to, needs a place to, except Quincy. Except Quincy. I know he's going down there, but that dude can sleep in his car. Definitely not Verizon. It's definitely not AT&T. We're dropping service right now.
making its way northbound on the 405, Burbank Boulevard in Sherman Oaks, Encino area. Looks like getting off the freeway here. Let's see what happens. Burbank.
Oh, the car's finally getting off the freeway, but it keeps cutting out because we're in this area right here.
On the ground there, pick up this vehicle as we have been watching now for more than 30 minutes, and for most of that time, no ground units following the silver color sedan. All
Oh, it cut out right when it looks like it's getting hairy trying to get through traffic. Of course.
full-on pursuit with one unit behind this silver color sedan. Let's see if they continue to pursue. Yeah, now the speed is picking up here. Now it's their
Yeah, we're going through the dead area. We're going through the dead area. Oh my God, First Amendment media's in there. Shouldn't he be out there all wrapped up in Christmas tree lights?
now stuck in traffic. It was head-to-head with that one vehicle.
What's that show? You guys know. You guys will catch it quicker than I will.
Trying to get away from
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's what it's like in Matt's front yard. good. The hotel I got is in near the same area I stayed last time, which isn't in downtown Portland, but it's close. The other one was a 14-minute drive from the ICE facility. This one will be about a 12-minute drive. And so we'll get in there and set up the laptop. I brought the laptop this time. Oh, I didn't bring a good camera though. That's what I forgot. Is my spare camera. Next time I'll remember, but that way if we need to, we can cover some stuff going on in the mornings, because the ICE facility is dead all day long until the evening. Saturday, obviously, we'll get there early. I'm probably going to extend the hotel one more night, because I forgot. I don't want to take all my stuff. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah. I'll extend it when I get there. That way, if I come home, I'll come home Monday, not Sunday, because Sunday is going to be a good day at the ICE facility. I didn't even think about that. I know, rookie mistakes, man. All kind. I leave the camera at home. It's got, the laptop has a camera. It's just very bad. Just a pursuit going on we're listening to in the background on Fox Live. Talked to Rach. She was on her way to go pick up Caden. My son's birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday to my oldest, my firstborn. I called him, but he goes, Dad, I'm at work. Can I call you back? I'm like, dude, why are you working? Everything's free. Dawn, yeah, actually, there's Patriots are showing up at the ICE facility. Patriot weekend number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. As we take a look at this vehicle that has a little front end damage on the right front bumper, as well as the lights in the back sometimes. I don't know if they're blinking right now, if the hazards are on, but we've been watching the silver color sedan for quite some time with the hazard lights on, as it's making its way, or blinkers on one side or the other. So you just never know the mindset of the person behind the wheel and what they're doing and why.
They just, it's kind of hard what they do sometimes.
This vehicle did go on to the 405 freeway north and then now exited.
Caden, Rachel just sent a picture right now of Caden helping with his wheelbarrow, taking piles of wood to the back. We got our first rain coming, and I'm still waiting for a referral to get our heater fixed. I can get it fixed a million ways and pay a lot, but I'm trying to go through somebody that's a friend of a friend, or through the church. That's like our new thing. If there's a guy at the church that does, I want to send the business that way. So I'm waiting for that information. But in the meantime, Caden's got his wheelbarrow, and he's doing 3-4 logs at a time. Love it.
Evade traffic and patrol vehicles. So let's see what happens. We don't know in terms of if there's anyone else in the vehicle, but we do know that the driver is well aware that police officers want him to pull over, not obey that.
And it's a valid reason for stolen. It's definitely reported as a stolen vehicle. So the reason for the pursuit is a stolen vehicle, reported stolen vehicle. So it looks like the way they're driving, the driver's trying to get away from someone. But then it's official police report on that this is a stolen vehicle.
All right, stolen vehicle pursuit right here on Fox 11. You're looking at this that started more than 30 minutes ago, almost an hour at this point. We've been following this driver make its way from Koreatown, jumped onto the 405 northbound, got off Burbank Boulevard in the San Fernando Valley, and now we're at the Lake Balboa we saw picking up speed right here, going through the middle lane, and it is a bit nerve-wracking because we do see traffic, we see pedestrians, and this is not the time of day that a pursuit like this is ever warranted because of the fact that a lot of people are on the roads at rush hour.
Extremely dangerous. A lot of traffic, a lot of commuters, people getting out of school. So the danger definitely increases. While it's still light, it is almost.
Oh, he's on the curb. He's on the curb.
Congested area. With,
Is he
all the
stuck?
activities, business and schools, etc.
Are they stuck?
But the vehicle continues all the way from the west side through Beverly Hills, now here in the San Fernando Valley.
Oh,
What happened to the
it was
wind?
really interesting as the angle, the shot was a little wider. You saw the person stuck in traffic with a car up ahead that was really blocking the lane right there. So you never know how somebody is going to respond. It could be in a very dangerous manner where we see collisions happen, or something like that where the person stopped, thankfully, and did not hit innocent bystanders or other vehicles on the road. But clearly picking up speeds right here as we watch the silver sedan go on Van Noen Street, Shoshone Avenue, Lake Balboa here. If we can pull out and widen up our shot, it would be good to see if there are any black and whites behind this car at this point.
And those units that were in pursuit in the valley, they seem to have been dropped off. What happened to them? There were three of them.
Right. Oh my goodness, this is the on and off again pursuit, Dennis.
This is one of the most unusual that I've ever seen. I've been involved in a number, but nothing like this either.
Nothing like this. It's a stolen vehicle. They were on the 405 earlier.
Behind that, but at one time there were three police vehicles, and then now there's none. Which has been the pattern the whole time. Their law enforcement said, then they go away, then they come back.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. It looks like it's turning.
Looks like that car's following him.
We don't know who this white SUV belongs to that's following this person right now.
Look at that. There's a car chasing the chase.
If this is a member of the public, please do not get involved in any pursuit that you may or may not see on the road.
That person's now pursuing. Now that person's pursuing the vehicle.
Right. And we don't know if this is an off-duty law enforcement officer or not. Hopefully not
It's
a member
not.
of the public.
It's a member of the
Well,
public.
if you're an off-duty officer, you should not be in pursuit in your personal vehicle.
Right. Right.
Not part of the process. This vehicle, this white vehicle, is definitely pursuing.
Yeah, that white, the driver in the white SUV right there is pretty mad. So pursuing this silver color sedan for unknown reasons at this point, unless they know each other, unless words were exchanged, I don't know. Has this become a pursuit now, a road rage incident?
I think
have
so.
no idea. Clearly, this is wild. Has this become a pursuit now, a road rage incident? I have no idea. Clearly, this is wild.
That's
This is
epic.
definitely most unusual because now you've got the civilian, I believe it's a civilian, unless it's an undercover vehicle, pursuing it. Normally,
Oh, here we
black and
go.
white. We had black and white.
Oh, here's a crash. Okay.
He's out of the car running.
There's two people exiting that wanted silver sedan. Three people. Did the third person come out of the silver sedan? Or is that the person in the white SUV?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, there we go. There's one. There's two. Okay.
Okay,
Then
they
they're chasing. Somebody's chasing them.
Oh, there's the popo.
LAPD. Oh, and that was a quick arrest.
So there's two abandoned the vehicle. One guy with the hoodie.
Okay.
So there's two that have fled the vehicle.
Wow.
And then an individual trying to jump on the fence.
Got him.
Black and white.
Not
Okay, now we get.
I want to hear about that other car that was chasing him. They cut that other car off, and he's like, I ain't having it.
Yeah.
Ahead of this individual.
That is
This is unusual. That's
very unusual. And what happened to that white SUV that was pursuing this
The
car?
white
And who is
SUV
this
left.
person checking the stolen vehicle?
They just had a guy go up to the vehicle that crashed, and he was going through it.
This is wild.
Welcome to
The
LA.
individual in the white vehicle.
Yeah, that white car was not an undercover. They have strict policies for high-speed chases there. You have to have a marked vehicle and it has to have lights, and that's why they were staying back.
From this pursuit we knew very little about because
That
things
was
were changing
crazy.
so fast. We didn't know the information, who was where and what, but clearly what we do know, what we can say is that it has come to an end, and the driver of that suspected...
That was epic. That was epic. Absolutely epic. Fun stuff, guys. Fun stuff. We are, how far away? 506 miles away, folks. Flow of traffic's pretty good through here. We're going with the flow of traffic at 80 miles an hour. Getting an average of 31.7 miles per gallon, and is currently 61 degrees. So they got them. That's awesome. I just want to show you how beautiful this is. Take a look at that right there. California's such a beautiful state. It's the policies that make it, the political policies that make it ugly. Today, the Justice Department sued California governor over his brazen Proposition 50 redistricting power grab. Newsom should be concerned about keeping California safe and shutting down Antifa violence, not rigging his state for political gain. That was from Pam Bondi. got about, what would you say, 2 hours more of some sunlight. Probably going to get a little bit more darker a little earlier with all this cloud cover. We're going to have a little beauty other than this flat land. We'll be hitting some mountains pretty soon. It's going to be a Patriot weekend out in front of the ICE facility. That's where we're heading right now, Portland, Oregon. We got a little 496 miles remaining. Till we get there. Like more darker? It's gonna be the darkerest. It's gonna be the darkerest when we hit towards Reading. I ate In-N-Out. That's what we had for lunch. We got a beautiful 4x4. It was good. We are still full from it. Thank you, Idaho Nancy. I appreciate you for your donation. Thank you, guys. You guys rock. You guys are the ones that make all this possible. And I want to say thank you. We just filled up with gas in the Portland area, so we'll fill up again there, and hopefully we won't have to fill up again until we are outside of Portland. Girl, hello. Nola, Karen Sunflower. Oh yeah, and it was good lunch too. And affordable. Entire meal, 13 bucks. Or it was 14 bucks. It was like 13 something, and I rounded up to help their cause. Karen Sunflower gifted a subscription. Thank you, Karen. Light rain soon. Expected to start at your location and last for 33 minutes. I think we're driving into it right now, so we're gonna see it pretty soon. Hello, Tamara. How are you doing? Old Uncle Bill gifted a subscription. Thank you, Old Uncle Bill. I'm going to slow it down a little. I have patrol up here on the corner. Looks like he's got a truck pulled over. Two of them, I think, unless it's a reflection. It might be the reflection. No, but it's two of them. It's two of them. Got him. Oh, and that's the one of them is that gray car they put out here for speed traps. Anonymous gave a $5 donation on GiveSendGo. Thank you.
Motion detected in the front yard.
Get off my damn lawn. Bill gifted another subscription. See, it's getting darker. You guys don't see that it's getting darker? Those little things on the side, that's what I want to get. Probably that white one right there for my outdoor studio so I can give Caden a room at the house. get one of those, or just the plans for it. Have Roberto come over, help me build it, put a cement slab, put one of those jackeries inside with solar panels on top, and be completely off grid in there. Put AC unit in there. I already got a spot picked out for in the backyard. And oh, he stacked the wood too. What a good boy he is. We're gonna be getting some rain, so they're getting ready. I told you guys I cleaned out all the rain gutters, trimmed all the trees last Sunday. It was at 81 degrees. And by tomorrow, I think the high is going to be 50 something. Got the one that goes over my patio. I don't know what it's called, corrugated steel or whatever, but all the leaves left falling on that thing, and it really gets clogged. So I got about 80% of that clogged. I got to finish it with a pressure washer, but it'll be good for the rain. We'll be good now. Like I said, we're trying to contact somebody at the church. I'm trying to send all my business through the church. Even pretty soon, the website will change because we'll have a lot of shirts made locally through Good Patriot Christians. And just kind of, you guys know how it is. Just support us. We got to support each other. A lot of times, even though they're smaller businesses, you can negotiate some good deals with them, and it's a win-win. Even if we got to pay $1.50 more a shirt, I'd rather do that than people that don't share our values. So the shirt goes from $27 to $28.50. That Toyota truck too. Pretty clean. See what's going on in the world. Anybody need to stop at grocery outlet? There's one right there. Don't tell me you don't. Got another Pilot. See, that one Pilot I stopped at was a deal because it was $385 with our 10 cents off, $375. This one right here is $409. And then I bought my 10th coffee, so my next coffee's free. So my coffee tomorrow will be free if I stop at a Pilot. I doubt I will. I won't hit a Pilot till the way back. Stuff. She's flirting with guys, getting people to pay for stuff through the drive-thru. I don't know, but them there is fighting words. that's probably where I'll stop and fill up again. I think that's the one I went to last time. 340. I can do 340. I don't want to hit the twos, man, on the gas. We have to drive east for that, though. Not West Coast. You're not gonna. I left California. Thought I left California. Tehama County line. YouTube stuttering. Go over to Rumble, folks, if you're having issues on YouTube. Go to Rumble. Oreo Express on Rumble. The whole army's there right now. They're getting crazy over there. Bill's dancing on tables. Free tasting. Fred, it went to Lee Bart. Lee Bart was the winner. Lee Bart was the winner. It was Come On Down. He spun the wheel and won. Okay. I always forget that. I did know that. Guess I need a little more sleep. No, I didn't check for anything. I just put more ice in there. I don't think it's in the cooler. I think it's in a bag back here. I'm pretty sure she's good at it. I'll be cussing her name out at midnight tonight when I'm trying to make me a salami sandwich. If she didn't put the bread in. I get Lee mixed up because, you know, RW always claims she is a guy, and we know RW is a woman. So I just, my bad. California, I could be arrested for that. Here I go misgendering it. Yeah, I have a patrol over here. Special event ahead. Dang, there's cars lined up for everywhere. I bet you they have a country concert tonight. There's cars all wrapped around this area. Let's see what it says. Look at even getting off the freeway over there. Thursday, November 13th. Yeah, it said it, but I don't know what it was. Another highway patrol for traffic. ending the production of pennies.
Questions, but please join me in welcoming the Treasury of the United States of America, Brandon Beach.
Well, thank you, Derek. Again, good afternoon, everybody, and I am Brandon Beach, 46th Treasury of the United States. And I just want to welcome everybody to this historic city of Philadelphia for this historic event, the striking of the last penny. You know, I was driving over here with Alexandra and Todd, and we really were talking about what a historic day this is. The last time we discontinued a coin was the half percent, and that was in 1857, 168 years ago. So
Wow.
everyone sitting in this room, we are experiencing history today. So we're glad that y'all are all here with us. You know, as public servants, it's our responsibility to steward public resources with prudence and transparency. However, over the last decade, the American taxpayers have been repeatedly shortchanged. I want you to think about this. Just over the last 10 years, production for a single penny has tripled while the demand has plummeted. Given the rapid modernization of the American wallet, the Department of the Treasury and President Trump no longer believe the continued production of the penny is fiscally responsible or necessary to meet the demands of the American public. This is another example of President Trump's common sense agenda. The cost savings of ending penny production will save the American taxpayer approximately $56 million a year in just production cost alone. Now I'm going to repeat that. We're going to save the taxpayers of America $56 million a year. We say goodbye to the continued production of our copper 1 cent coin. Let me be crystal clear. The penny remains legal tender. We have over 300 billion pennies that remain in circulation, and we encourage you to use them. Christy, and your whole team, your team here that produces the penny, and also your police force. Let's give them a round of applause also. Thank you. And finally, I want to say this. Secretary Bessent, I met with him last week. He was looking forward to being here with you guys to be in this historic event. Unfortunately, he's in New York doing the people's business. And I can tell you this, I've been there 7 months, and in my opinion, he's the hardest working member of the cabinet. I'll give you an example. I was sitting in my office one day, and I see him sitting next to the Queen of England having dinner. The next day, I see him on TV negotiating a tariff with a country. And then 2 days later, I see him on 3 different Sunday shows. He's out there working hard. We're lucky to have Secretary Bessent in Treasury, and the American people are lucky to have Secretary Bessent at the helm. So he was wanting to be here with you. He appreciates, and I can tell you this, he appreciates everything that you do here at the Mint. You know, we're saying goodbye to the penny today, but let me just be crystal clear, like I said, it's still legal tender, and we have over 300 billion of them in circulation, and we want you to continue using them. So we're already into circulation. In June, we stamped the last batch of pennies, but we will have these to auction off.
Look at our price fund at the U.S. Mint, and then we will.
Interesting. No more pennies. I remember we covered that in June when they did their last production run. I don't know what Matt's going to put in his shoes now. Is it going to be a nickel loafer? A dime loafer? What's it going to be? That's weird. He's stuck, guys. He's stuck. I'm here on this beautiful Thursday afternoon as we head to Portland, Oregon, and we got 457 miles remaining. That means estimated time of arrival is 10:59, but we still need to get dinner in a little while. We still need to gas up one more time and obviously stretch. Thank you. You're holding up everybody there, buddy. Sins. He died on the cross for you. Forward driving aids temporarily disabled. Front sensor blocked. See owner's manual. I'm telling you, some of these cars are just absolutely worth it. Over a little sprinkle. It's not even really raining. Red Bluff, 34 miles till Redding. Almost like deja vu. I think I've been there before. Fresno about a little bit before 11. I got out of Fresno like right after 11. I left my house by like 10:45. Rockin' our restaurant, homemade cooking. I like me some homemade cooking. Where they mama at? Getting into the mountain area. Karen gifted a subscription over there on Rumble. Thank you, Karen. It's not raining enough to do that. The deer crossing, they know exactly what sign to follow to. Right on, brother. Michael, yeah, definitely. We go to protest a lot in SAC too, so that would be cool. They were having a deep, intense conversation in that white Dodge Durango. Probably trying to figure out if there's anything gayer than RW. The answer is no. There's not. We are heading to Portland, Oregon. We are heading to the ICE facility. We gotta merge. Let's see what our friends at CNN have to say. Oh my God, Republicans are murdering the elderly. Let's see what this one is playing first. They're still doing
Things that works, I can tell you that. Under this major new initiative, great American companies and institutions will be signing a pledge to invest in teaching, training, and mentoring America's youth who are transitioning out of the foster care system. This will help provide jobs, education, and personal development opportunities to fantastic young people who truly need and deserve them, and they're going to get them. A terrific example of the impact these programs can have is Eric Alvarez from Omaha, Nebraska,
Okay.
who is with
How you
us
doing?
tonight.
football coach, Sean.
Bay Area for more than 40 years. Lady football's success under Coach Beam is hard to ignore. The team featured on the Netflix series Last Chance U.
I get paid to do what I love. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I'm so lucky.
Thanks to Matt Cutler. Now to that Major League Baseball scandal. The All-Star pitcher arrested and arraigned here in New York, accused of pitching into the dirt on purpose to help gamblers with their bets. Our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky, has this story.
Yeah, Fred, we'll keep our eyes peeled. Thank you.
Tonight, one of the best relievers in baseball, Emmanuel Clase, walking out of court, released on a $600,000 bond after pleading not guilty to charges he conspired with sports bettors to throw pitches into the dirt on purpose. Authorities accuse Clase and his Cleveland Guardians teammate Luis Ortiz of accepting bribes and kickbacks to help gamblers win big bets on rigged pitches like this one.
Threw it over the plate. The first one bounced the grass.
Ortiz also pleaded not guilty and was released on a $500,000 bond. The judge today barring Clase from gambling and ordering his whereabouts monitored, noting Clase has ample means to flee during games to coordinate with gamblers. In one end, concerns raised by the case. Lindsay?
Aaron, thank you. Then we have sad news about Jim Avila, who was a senior national correspondent at Law and Consumer Reports. Avila was the first to break the news that the U.S. and Cuba reopened diplomatic relations during the Obama administration, earning him the prestigious Merriman Award from the White House Correspondents Association. Avila was 69 years old. Still had frightening moments for Ariana Grande, caught on camera as a fan jumped a barricade and rushed toward her. The co-star jumped in to protect her. Plus, a prisoner's religious freedoms were violated when his dreadlocks were shaved against his will. Does that put America's prisoners and its workers at fault? And can they be held accountable? A case that's now before the Supreme Court.
These are all laws that were...
Oh, yada, yada, yada. Cottonwood 4 miles, Weed 88 miles.
Sometimes it's stupid.
Finding the Louvre Jewels, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Amanda Riley was a mother, wife. Everybody loved her.
I heard the words, "You have stage 3 blood cancer."
helps with gas. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate you for the super chat. Every bit helps, keeps us going, keeps us paying bills, keeps us continuing to be on the road. $3.69 a gallon. Renee, appreciate you guys funding the Oreo Army. You guys absolutely rock. right there. They got the roadblocks. They got a fire truck, 4 cops. Oh, it was a pretty bad wreck. Pretty bad wreck. They got a wrecker towing the vehicle onto off the road. Portland, 430 miles. That's what that sign said. I can't wait until auto drive comes into play. Like every car has FSD, the full self-driving mode. That would literally eliminate traffic. Everything would be hooked up to a computer, your traffic lights and everything. It would know everybody that's on the road, and it could get you to point A, point B 5 times quicker. I know there's some people against it, but as much as I drive, just hit a button. I know there are some people out there, and this is my argument on it. Apple came out with their digital ID that you can upload your ID into your phone, into your wallet, which is where I have all my credit cards. If I buy concert tickets, it usually automatically goes to my wallet on my iPhone, so I can pull them up. Rodeo tickets, right to my iPhone. I seen some people, oh, don't do it, they're gonna track. They know everything you do. If you have a cell phone, if you have a flip phone, they know everything you do. Every piece of data that goes out. There's very, very few people that aren't tracked daily. And they are tracked. They're just tracked by satellites. The government worries more about those people that hide everything. But I'm like, I'm cool with a digital ID. They said that leads to a cashless society. I'm not for a cashless society. They tried to do that during COVID. I remember Dutch Brothers and all these places locally where I lived. We are not accepting cash, card payment only, and I refused to do it. But I don't think a digital ID is a step in that direction. I think the direction is already going towards cashless. And I'm not for that. But a digital ID, I don't have everything. Like, I've been going to the doctor. I've been doing it. I get my test results five times quicker than my doctor. I had a x-ray yesterday because I got something going on with my shoulder. And I got my x-ray at 8:04. At 8:05, my results were on my chart that I could go look up. I could take the picture, scan it through AI. I mean, there's some technology that is going to be bad, but we still have to utilize it. We're not going to get rid of that technology. We got to utilize it to make our life simpler. I'm not for chips or any of that other stuff. I mean, like what Elon's doing, you know what? If you got somebody's blind and you put a chip in them and make them see for the first time, go for it. I have a sister who's deaf and blind. Imagine if they could just put a chip in her and she could hear, she could see. And I get it, the rich and wealthy will use it for evil things. But the truth is, like, I get people nervous about certain things. But there is nothing they don't know about you. I learned that when I went through all my January 6th stuff. Trust me, if they want to get you, that's why I hate all these conspiracy theories about some of the murders that go on. Trust me, if they wanted you dead, they could do it where nobody would have any clue. Easily. They don't have to do a murder in public. They don't have to hire a hitman. They got they could put chemicals in your water at your house. Nobody would ever be able to tell. They know exactly where you're going with your phone. If every Wednesday night you go to In-N-Out Burger, they know you're going to be there because they're tracking your phone. And it's scary, but we're beyond stopping that. That was the one bad thing about the Patriot Act. What a horrible name. Gives our government authority to spy on private citizens. And not for reasons of terrorism, but for whatever reason they decide. Like when we were all going to school board meetings and we were the bad folks. No, I wouldn't get a chip in. And I don't believe it's the mark of the beast. I don't. But what I'm saying is you have a paraplegic. I believe God gives us talented people. I do. I believe God gives us talented people, just like, you know, we know a lot of people right now that are fighting cancer, and we pray that God heals them. But we also pray that God gives the doctors the wisdom and the knowledge to perform these surgeries so that they're done correctly. And I think with the chip, I wouldn't get a chip to identify myself or anything like that. But I think with the chip, again, you get in an automobile accident and you're paraplegic, and there's a company out there that has done, like Elon's company, that's done all this research, and they're like, listen, we can put this chip in you right now, and there's a 90% chance you'll be able to get out of that wheelchair. General, I'm against a lot of big pharma stuff. I worry about people that I take medicines, I've researched them all, and again, in order to take care of my diabetes, I have to take this medicine. I've tried natural stuff, I went through all kind of stuff, hundreds and hundreds of dollars of all these things that people sent me when we were on the People's Convoy, and none of them touched. And there is some things that work for people that don't work for others. I'm all for that. That's just like, I think a lot of natural stuff we do is we do a lot of herbs, fruits, vegetables. We got really big into juicing and juicing weird stuff too. When COVID hit, we didn't get COVID for 2 years till we stopped juicing. But we were every night juicing something. I believe in all the natural stuff, but I just believe that in some of this stuff, God gives people the ability to create things that, you talk about miracles. If you were a paraplegic and you could get a chip inserted in you that would help your brain function and connect, whatever is disconnected in your body, and you could walk again and pick up your son or do whatever. I think that's a gift. I think that's a miracle. And there is some stuff out there that I think is kind of crazy and kind of scary. Like, what was that new medicine? I don't know if I'd take it or not. I would have to see, but they've developed a medicine, I believe it's in Japan, for people that have lost their teeth. You take this medicine and it grows another set of teeth for you. And I'm like, first off, I could imagine if you're missing teeth, or if you have dentures right now and you want your teeth to grow back, I couldn't imagine, because going through teething again at 65 years old. I've read articles before. They talk about what children go through when they go teething, and they always said if an adult had to teeth at an adult age, because it's so very painful and everything it does, that they would be literally classified mentally insane. It would make them nuts. But I heard people talk about that, and I was like, I don't know if I could take that. But hey, if you don't have no teeth, and maybe you live in a poor country, you can't get dentures, and they can give you this medicine that's a lot cheaper than all the doctors and everything else, and it works. But I just think I want them to try it, not me. Because what if it grows other things differently too? You get one arm that gets a foot longer than the other. Old Uncle Bill says, don't take too much or you have too many teeth. But I think all the things, you got to be put in that position. Like I said, I don't know what would happen, but I remember I said I would never have a back surgery. Said I'll never do it. I know multiple people. My dad had back surgery and he was disabled afterwards. I know a lot of people. I said I'd never have a back surgery until I couldn't walk and earn an income from for my family. So I'm not going to have a cage put in my back. No way. Until it was to the point where, oh great, we're all going to be homeless and we'll live out of a car until they take that. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to chance it. I'm going to pray really hard and I'm going to chance it. And I'm very fortunate I did. I'm very fortunate I did. I couldn't walk more than like a half a mile an hour a month before my surgery. I think we all have to be put in that place. And I really do. Cynthia, thank you for the Give, Send, Go. Appreciate you, Cynthia. You rock. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you very much. It just came through on the Give, Send, Go. You guys rock. But again, I think we all have to be put in that position before we can make that decision. I hope I never have to be put in that position. How about that? That freaks me out even thinking about it. I know there's some people out there that won't accept blood transfusions. I know there's religions out there that won't accept blood transfusion. When that day comes for you to decide, I think that's your choice. I have an uncle that has fought cancer numerous times, and he thought he beat it multiple times, and the last thing I heard, the cancer came back, and he's had surgeries, he's had chemo, and I think it was Rachel telling me, he did a Facebook post, because I'm not on Facebook, and that he got it again, and he's pretty overall healthy. He's in good shape, and he's made the decision not to fight the cancer. And I'm like, man, could I do that? I got to be around for, I don't care how old I am, how old my kids are, I'm always going to be their protector, right? If I'm 75 and my kids are in their, whatever that would make them, their 50s, I still want to be around for them. It's not always about me, you know? That killed my mom, Josh. She was a Jehovah's Witness and wouldn't get heart surgery because of a blood transfusion. Yeah, I've heard stories like that too. I've seen some really hurt people because they're family members, and that's tough. But again, you know, even though it hurts us, it's got to be their decision. I actually have told you guys the story of this before. I had a friend who was a Jehovah's Witness. when I was really young, 18, 19 years old, and his name was Isaac. He was like my age. He was like 20, 21, and he developed brain cancer. And the doctor said, hey, we need to do surgery and we need to do chemotherapy. And the family said, no, we're Jehovah's Witness. And he went every 2 weeks to Mexico for natural treatment. And it did put the cancer in remission, stopped it from growing. It never went completely away, but he lived quite a while, a pretty normal life for, I want to say, like 8-9 years, and then it finally took him over when they said, if you don't do chemo and if you don't do chemo and you don't do this surgery, you'll be gone in a year. And I remember his family would drive him every 2 weeks to Mexico. Scary stuff, though. I mean, just imagine if you were born as RW. I would let them put 80 chips in me to get me normal. Go fishing right there. I almost brought my fishing pole again, but I was like, I am not going to have no time to stop and fish. Thank you, Cynthia. That's what I love about personal responsibility. One of the biggest things about being a conservative is we should have the freedom to choose what we want to do. But I do think a lot of that stuff is going to be used for evil, whether it's AI, whether it's the chips, because they're at that stage now. In 4 years, they can give you probably 4 to 5 years, they'll be able to put a chip in. It might be happening somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if the CIA is picking up people and doing this to them. You know how corrupt the CIA is. But if you think about it, 4 or 5 years, people will be spending millions of dollars because they have it to put a chip in their brain so they can remember everything, so their memory don't go. Imagine if you just thought and you had an encyclopedia. You knew everything like a computer. And I think they're gonna utilize it for evil like that. Mind control. Once you're across the bridge, you're really in Northern California. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'll take a little